We all know it and we all hate it, since the beginning. But what if I tell you that you can use this mechanic to your advantage? Today I'm showing you my favorite road hacks I learned while playing City Skylines for 8 years. Let's start with the segment manipulation trick first. If you don't have access to mods, this is definitely the most helpful trick to exist.
Okay, let's go.
Normally you're building highway exits like that. But then you'll notice that the vanilla game only allows an angle of 45 degrees. To fix that, you have to create another so-called node, short behind the first node after the first segment. If you have done that, you can see that the exit ramp changed its shape and you got a much sharper angle as a result. Then you can place another road to shorten the segment to your likings. Like that, you can create very smooth highway exits and all sorts of interchanges. This works with every type of network, such as small roads, footpaths or even train and metro tracks on ground level and on bridges too. So you can, for example, easily connect two different angles of grids. Here I also built a little plaza with the airport aprons, a footpath to fill the rest of the concrete and a metro station to use the empty space in the best way possible. You can also upgrade some roads with the toggle zoning option to remove awkwardly shaped zones. There are also some really simple and effective hacks while building bridges. If you have a highway through an urban center, it's usually elevated or sunken to be on another level than the normal road network of the city. When you place a road with a height of 3 small elevation steps, it's the lowest and most realistic height to cross other streets. Elevate the ground around it and click the right mouse button with the flatten terrain tool right in the center of the road to select a height of 9 meters. Now you can smooth out the path for your elevated highway with the left mouse button. So now the highway is elevated, we have to create a bridge for roads going underneath it. There are 2 solutions for that. For the first one, you have to connect the 2 highways with each other, for example with a dirt road at both ends of your future bridge. You can decide the length of it suitable for your needs. Then remove the segments in between and lower the ground for a good amount. This will trigger the bridge building mechanic and the 2 roads will simply connect with a bridge from end to end. The other solution is also really simple but effective. Build a bridge as long as you want. Raise the ground at the end to the same height where your bridge starts and voila, you can extend the road without an additional bridge segment or disturbing pillars. When you want to have a connection from ground level to your bridge, this can be quite tricky and will oftentimes look really ugly when you do it wrong. But I found a weird mechanic to avoid this bumpiness. As you can see, the bridge won't immediately connect to ground level directly after the bridge. But we want it like that, of course. So we have to raise the ground right after the bridge higher than the bridge itself, but only for a short distance. After that you can simply drag the road to your wish destination and you have a super smooth transition. I'm definitely looking forward to CS2 and their new road building tools. I can't imagine the developers intended it like that, to build a road in CS1. Building on curved roads can oftentimes look ugly because the buildings won't align properly the way you want it, or you just wanted to continue a straight line with ploppables but your road has to go around a curve. To remedy this, I have the perfect solution: dirt roads.
Okay.
Delete the curved segments and use the grid from the straight roads to build dirt roads instead. You can build them anywhere, but remember, the center of the building can only be located 2 tiles away from a road to have a proper road access and won't cause any problems in the future. Plop down your building, delete the temporary roads again and reconnect the original road like it was before. Like that, it oftentimes looks much better and you can use some unique buildings in unique locations. Dirt roads and avenues can also be used to increase the distance between buildings and roads, to detail the space in between, with paths, trees or fences for example. As you can see, with the normal building method there is no room in between the road and the building. One thing you can do is to upgrade the normal road to a 4-unit wide avenue. If you want to have a 2-unit distance between buildings and roads, to build for example parking lots in front of the building, you can use dirt roads again. Like that you can create more room for detailing your streets and the surroundings of buildings. But remember, this won't work for growables.
I got blood on my hands right now, and I'm stumbling through the dark in the dawn. I have found new ways, but no, I can't be the one that you need. Yeah, you
Lastly, I show you what you can create if you combine all tricks together. You can definitely upgrade your road game with these few tricks.
new ways, but no, cannot be the one that you need. Then I changed my mind. Maybe we got time to make this right. Cannot be the one that you need. Maybe if I change the way I love it, maybe if I try to fix this heart, then I could have stayed the night, I could have called you mine. I can't be the one that you need. Maybe if I change the way I love it, maybe if I try to fix this heart, then I could have stayed the night, I could have called you mine. Can I be the one that you need? Maybe if I change the way I love.
Do you know any more hacks? Let me also know in the comments if you will use some of them. This could be especially interesting for console players, but luckily we get new road building tools in a few months with CS2. I'm definitely hyped for that. Hey, if you really like my content and want to support me further, you can check out my newly released Patreon page. There you can find the latest updates and some real life stuff as well. Cheers!